Well, tonight, the investigation continues into what caused a small plane to crash into a Worthington neighborhood. That plane took off from Ohio State University's Don Scott Airport, and lately, that's been a common sight. But some of the neighbors in that area aren't happy about the increase in traffic. 10 TV's Kevin Landers explains why.
When the wind is calm and the sky is blue, it's prime flying weather for students at Ohio State University Airport to get valuable flight hours. For neighbors like John Dauphin who live in the flight path, he says it also means the sky above his home becomes full of noisy aircraft.
On a nice weather day, typically from 6, 7 a.m., it's wall to wall, nonstop.
The Ohio State University Airport is one of the premier schools in the country to teach all facets of aviation. Students learn in the sky and on the ground in testing simulators. 90 kids are on the waiting list to get into the program.
Don Scott Airport in 2020 was the busiest airport in the state of Ohio in terms of takeoffs and landings.
Just look at these numbers. In 2015, the airport recorded 75,000 takeoff and landings, not just from students, but corporate jets and other commercial aircraft. Last year, the airport notched 84,000 takeoff and landings. Good for business, but neighbors question at what cost.
The noise of the aircraft is certainly a concern.
The airport met with neighbors and came up with what they believe is a compromise. The airport's master plan is calling to lengthen its north runway by 1,000 feet, which faces State Route 161, and move student aircraft closer to the airport tower.
It'll also reduce some of the traffic that people hear because of the noise footprint placed closer to the center of the airport.
But that plan is still 5 years away from completion. For neighbors like John Dauphin, who says he supports the airport's mission, he also worries that a crash like the one Monday may happen closer to his home.
There's that fine line between commerce and safety. So commerce noble, at what potential cost?
Ohio State says it hopes to hear from the FAA about its runway expansion in the fall or winter of this year. It says before it turns any dirt, it will hold public hearings about the project. Reporting from the Ohio State University Airport at Don Scott, Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.
Now, as for yesterday's crash, the pilot told investigators she had engine trouble shortly after takeoff, but the FAA is in charge of determining the official cause.